Hello there everybody, and welcome back to yet another unboxing video. Yes, I know I just did one last week, but we're here with another model. Now this model is quite interesting. This is the Eva Air Boeing 777-300ER in a very special livery. This is the Sanrio characters livery, and if you're unfamiliar with that, it's Hello Kitty. Eva Air has 6 aircraft in this Hello Kitty livery. Well, they're all different designs, but they have 6 Hello Kitty themed airplanes, and this is one of them. The name of this aircraft is actually called the Besties jet. If we turn around the box here, we can see the characters which are featured on this aircraft. That would be obviously Hello Kitty, My Melody, and Kuromi. For some reason, printed backwards. But anyway, this box is pretty big. Obviously, that's because it's a 1:400 scale model. So this should be a pretty high quality model, I think. So let's go ahead and open this one up. And here we have our Boeing 777 in the Eva Air Sanrio characters livery. Now, something I forgot to mention before I opened this box was the actual manufacturer of this model. And that would be Aviation 400, which I've honestly never heard of before. You know, I'm familiar with, Gemini jets, NG models, Phoenix models, all those model brands. I've never heard of Aviation 400. But upon opening this model, it does look pretty high quality. There's not really any major flaws anywhere, really, and it's quite pristine. So I guess Aviation 400 is a good model brand. And also, this model was actually a gift to me, and it was pre-ordered back in December. Back when my channel was called Ripple. It was supposed to be like a holiday gift, but it literally arrived just a couple days ago. It was a pretty long pre-order wait, but it finally got here. Also, the price of this model was about $50 US. Usually the wide bodies tend to be about $50 to $60. Sometimes they're $70 if they're trying to scam you. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the details of this model. Starting off here, I just want to look at the aircraft specific details. And one of the biggest details here with this model is that it has tilted landing gear, which is pretty cool. I don't have any models with tilted landing gear, so this is a pretty cool one to have in my collection. Obviously, we can tilt it here so it's in the landing configuration, or we can make it look like a 767, which honestly looks pretty weird. But now, the funny thing is, the website said this landing gear was supposed to be magnetic and removable, but I'm not sure if I really want to try to take these off, because I feel like I'm gonna rip them off. Also, I feel like when models have removable landing gear, usually it comes with another magnetic door that you can put over where the landing gear would be. Nonetheless, I don't really want to try to take the landing gear off. So to start things off with this special livery, we've got the My Melody hat right here at the very... Okay, my bad. Okay. We've got the cockpit windows, which I think look pretty nice. The landing gear, the main landing gear that is. We've got the doors, the windows, they all look quite fine, as well as the Eva Air branding and the registration printed underneath the front section windows, which is Bravo-16722. Now, looking at the engine, I think it looks quite nice. The 777 is known for its absolutely massive GE90 engines, and you can even look really closely, it says GE90. And I think Aviation 400 did a pretty good job at making these engines, because even the fan blades look quite nice. And then, of course, if we move the model to the back, we can see the APU exhaust unit on the 777, which it seems on most aircraft it's usually just a hole like right here, but you can see on the 777 the APU is on the left side of the aircraft and there's nothing on the right side. I guess I didn't know that, but that's a pretty cool, interesting thing about the 777. Right here under the windows, you can see it says Boeing 777-300ER, as well as the registration listed again. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out, you also have the little antennas right here and the whatever this thing is called. But anyway, that's all the aircraft specifics. Let's look at the actual special livery at hand here. Right here at the front, we've got the My Melody hat. And if you don't know which character is My Melody, it would be the one on the far left of the box over there. And if we keep moving over on the fuselage, we can see some other cute little decals. And then we've got Hello Kitty herself, which appears to be sitting nicely in a frame of some sorts, but I think it looks pretty cool regardless. And then if we keep moving it over, we can see it says Sanrio characters and this little arching text, along with some more special decals underneath, like a rainbow and is that a cake? Kind of looks like a cake maybe. And then if we tilt it over here a little bit, we can see My Melody herself right here. And right here, this is Kuromi, and that is the character on the far right side of the box over there. And then if you keep going along the back side of the fuselage, you've got even more fun little decals right here, like this rainbow, this letter, and at the very back of the fuselage, we've got Kuromi's hat right there, and we can tell it's Kuromi's because it says Kuromi on it. But now, usually a lot of airlines are just lazy, and they just take the printing that was on the left side of the aircraft and they just make it backwards so they can put it on the right side of the aircraft. But Eva Air is clearly not lazy because they put completely different decals on the right side of the aircraft here. All these fun little objects here that are different from the left side, such as this passport with little tickets in it, as well as Kuromi in the front of the aircraft here on the right side of the aircraft. This part is the same. And then if we tilt over the model, we can see Hello Kitty is standing right here, just behind the back of the wings with a little camera in her hand. And then right behind Hello Kitty is My Melody, who seems to be just chilling there with a little suitcase. And then of course we've got the iconic green tail of Eva Air. Now, I know I already mentioned this, but I honestly think it's really cool how Eva Air put two different designs for each side of the aircraft, because you really don't see that with a lot of other airlines and their special liveries. As you can see, this side, all of the characters are in what seems to be kind of frames, but on this side, they're kind of just on their own over here, and it looks pretty cool. Let me know down in the comments which side of this aircraft you think is your favorite. If I have to be honest, I like the left side of the aircraft. I like this side the most. Now, looking back at the aircraft, the overall shape of this 777 looks pretty accurate, I would say. We've even got the emergency exit rows on the wings here. Not that much detailing on the wings, but there usually isn't that much detailing on the wings to begin with. On the bottom side of the wings, we can see the registration, as well as a hole if you want to put this model on a stand. The model didn't come with a stand though. You know what, maybe I just come to think of it, maybe those are airplane windows, not frames or boxes. That would make a lot more sense, because obviously we have like a passport with tickets right here, an airplane shape, a letter, all kinds of airplane decals. So that would make a lot more sense for those to be airplane windows. Overall though, I really like this model. I honestly do not watch Hello Kitty. I do not know anything about Hello Kitty. But regardless of all of that, this model might still be one of my favorite models of all time. Somehow they just managed to make this livery look so aesthetically pleasing. On both sides too. It just looks so excellent. All the colors really flash really well. And for the person who gave me this, you know who you are. So thank you very much. I highly appreciate it. This specific aircraft, the Besties jet as they call it, actually flies pretty frequently to Chicago O'Hare, so maybe I should catch a ride on this one day over to Taipei. And yes, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but if you're unaware, Eva Air is a Taiwanese airline, and they're also owned by the Evergreen company, which basically explains their livery and why it looks exactly like the ship. And even just the box itself looks really amazing. They did a great job with the details on this box, making it look quite honestly as cute as possible, despite printing Kuromi backwards. I don't know how that happened, but that's really not a point for complaining. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this model. But of course, like my last unboxing video, we're not done quite yet. Our model of Singapore's Changi Airport can finally welcome a new wide-body arrival from Taipei, Taiwan. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think of the Hello Kitty plane down in the comments. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next one, and thank you very much for watching this video.